Good morning.
Sound of our teen sports listeners, I'm your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. Welcome back, Teen Sports Radio, the show where teens and the community come together to celebrate everything that builds character, confidence. And what do we do on this show for over 15 years? We connect. I'm your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen, bringing you the energy, the stories, and the inspiration that fuels Santa Barbara youth. From the field to the classroom to the heart of our community, this is where we shine a light on those that make a difference. We want to embrace our community in such a way that we help build the spirit of those who help us, the nonprofits, the businesses that give back. And so it's just an all-encompassing show. So grab your headphones, take a deep breath, and get ready to be inspired, because on Teen Sports Radio, it's all about giving back, lifting up, and keeping it real. So let's get started. Before we actually went on air, we were talking about the kids and how they can help their families and their parents. And, they're so awake to eating healthy today. And it's really funny because Dominique was saying what we were doing. Everybody's talking about the skyrocketing prices and the reduction, in size and everything like this. And Dominique, you came up with something huge. So what do you want to share?
Sure. I've realized, this is Dominique Hackett with Santa Barbara Wellness Center. And I've realized that the universe, for me, it feels like is starting to limit me, right? But I noticed that in the limiting, my quality is going up. So like we're making our own bread. We're now making our own sauerkraut. We've been pickling vegetables. Like, I feel better, and the quantity of things I have access to has lessened because the money is so expensive, but the quality is increased.
Yeah, and I love it because you could say, well, God, who has time for that? And I said, it's time management. So, parents, you can do this. If not, then you embrace somebody that you know and love, maybe an aunt or somebody who's retired or semi-retired.
It with someone.
Yeah, it's really kind of fun. What we do, this is a family thing. What we do, we all take turns, tossing the bread around, and it's a multi-day process. And we mill our own flour. So yeah, and that put actually Dominique's mom an atrial fib on her Apple Watch. Okay. So that's a true statement. Okay, so Dominique, we put all our shekels together
in an electric grinder.
Yeah. So, but kids are doing that. You can reach out to the grandparents. Again, you're connecting with family members.
Yes.
Like, what can you do? Hey, Mom, Grandma, can you show me how to make bread? Grandma, can you show me how to make sauerkraut? Because that's how they lived back in those days.
Yeah.
That's what your mom grew up with,
And not only will you save money.
Ron Sanders is in the house. Hold on. You got to say who you are, because somebody in, I don't know.
Ojai. This is Don Sanders, Don's Massage in Ojai.com. And, you can not only save money, but you can eat healthier, because like I just did that with a huge big thing of, raw nuts, seeds, grains to make either a healthy breakfast syrup cereal, or I can throw in a little bit of buckwheat flour and make pancakes with it. And it doesn't have any, some of those cereals have healthy things and also some additives I don't want, particularly added sugar and a lot of added salt. So you can not only save money, you can also be eating healthier.
Yep. Sweet. Okay. We've got more guests in the house, co-hosts. I love it. Oh, by the way, checking some stats. We had over 20,000 downloads last month on these alternative platforms. So I'm really excited about that. And thanks again for the global outreach and love that we're getting here. Alex Ramirez, owner of Fit for Life. I know you're all about food. You love food. What have you been doing?
I've been trying to incorporate more foods that, give me the more bang for my buck, that go a long way. Overnight oats is fairly, inexpensive. No, I wouldn't call it inexpensive, but, it's that bag will last you maybe a month, and it'll provide you with probably 30, maybe to 20 meals, give or take. Beans, like you make beans in the bulk, and that goes a long way, and both provide great fiber, good carbs, and some protein. Yep. So yeah, just kind of, making more foods in the bulk that will last long and give me, all the essential macros that I need for sure.
Sweet. Kristine Marie, I know you've got this whole look. You're looking You look marvelous, baby.
Well, thank you very much.
Up from the skies. I'm stuttering because I'm looking at you like, where'd she go? You know what I'm saying? You're shining a light. Okay.
I really am enjoying, actually. I love knowing what exactly is in my food and what I'm cooking my food with, and I feel better when I eat food from my house or when I know what's happening in the restaurant. So it's interesting. A lot of these things have, the restaurants people aren't going out as much, and it's just been a really cool thing to be more focused on what's good for my body. And I've been shrinking a bit. I've been doing some fasting, and some, because they say there's autophagy where your body eats the bad stuff in your own thing. And I've been working with that. And let me tell you, that's really reducing my food budget. And yet at the same time, you have to be careful, when you do that, like work with a doctor or work with a nutritionist and whatnot. But I just find that the better I feel so much better when I know what's in my food, and especially when I'm the one that's cooking what's in my food.
Sweet. So where are we at with the universe? I mean, I love the universe. The stars. It's 11/11.
It's Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, and it's 11/11. And so if you're born this day, if it's your birthday, you are a Scorpio, which is kind of cool. And there's not that much going on. Actually, tonight at 9:30 p.m., there is an exact half moon, and the half moon is in Leo. So that's kind of interesting. An 11/11 half moon. That's kind of a cool thing, right? And then Jupiter's gone retrograde. Jupiter is this big planet of expansion, and that's kind of related to the Indian god Ganesha of like good luck and like expansion and positivity, and it's going backwards, so it's maybe looking back at some of our blessings. I don't know, taking a second look, right?
I love that.
But the moon is it's a half moon, and it's a waning moon, which means it's moving. So last week we had this incredible, huge full moon. It was like a super moon on Wednesday last week, and it was huge and gorgeous and amazing, fantastic. And so and it was also called the beaver moon, I believe, because that's when the beavers are active, and then what the Native Americans, the names of these moons are related to the months in the local area, right? And so, and then this new moon, which is coming in, the new moon, which is going to be on November 20th. That's going to be the next moon. So the moon is waning now; it's going down, and so then we're going to have a new moon. So, like I think what I've mentioned is the new moon is like, or the full moon is like this time when sort of our intentions come to fruition, to a fullness, right? And then we're kind of processing things. And then when the new moon comes again, we start with these new intentions, and we can like put a wish on the moon, and then as the moon fills out and goes back towards a full moon again, we can watch our intentions come to fruition. So I like to think about that.
That's so beautiful. I love going with the flow of the moon, and we love encouraging teens to stargaze and moon gaze.
Yeah. We check with good timing with the astrological awareness. Pretty much in big decision making, especially during contract season, if you have to
we're going into Mercury retro.
Exactly. So that we're very and have been for a decade. And honestly,
helpful.
I do. It is and it's just another way to connect. Have another conversation about something. Isn't that interesting? But when you look back on it, I don't know if the intention was out there that it was going to go that way, because that's what I thought. But, I want the support of the universe. So, and again, you do that with meditation. You could do that with prayer, whatever floats your boat. I'm not saying this is the lane that you need to live in. Find the lane. But once you find the lane, be a master of the lane, Well,
yeah. And the metaphor I like to use with that is like some people say, oh, the planets have no effect whatsoever on the Earth. You guys, it's all in your imagination. And yet the closest planet, the moon, really does affect our tides and really does affect life on our planet. So even if it's just that one, it does have an effect. And so I think we're all the planets are rotating around each other, and we have gravity and movement and all these things. And so it really is connected. And for me, the moon is a very powerful metaphor for how much, how much influence the planets have.
Sweet.
And by the way, in the conversation earlier in this segment, talking about prices going up and this and that and the other thing, there's something I learned years ago from one of my guests. They said that when the material world, I don't want to say the universe, but the material world here on this planet, when it contracts, the last thing you want to do is contract, because now you're doing nothing more than contributing to the contraction. You want to, being mindful, you want to expand. This is the time to expand in whatever way you can. Maybe it's not spending $10 on a slice of bread or something like that, but maybe it's in terms of your own mindset, expanding your mindset. So that's what I would recommend when you do experience, whether it's sticker shock. To me, what you and Dominique are doing, Erica, that is part of the expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and expanding your heart, expanding your connection.
Agree. I just like how could now I mean, especially with our kids. Okay, you wake up and just say, "Hey, Mom, how can I help you? Can I empty the trash? Can I, just figure out what we could do?" We having friends that are having hiccups in their life medically, and having some health issues. So we're just spending a lot of time now connecting with those, helping those, right. And I want to get to hear Anthony, because he is, one of my most favorite people on the planet. But Anthony, like, how would you say right now? Because this is the thing. Like, the first up is going to be Angela Miller-Bevan, CEO of the Unity Shop, and you're the voice of the food bank. And I'm just really recognizing that, hey, this is the time, guys, before the holidays. Think about somebody else. Think about, okay, you buy a turkey, how about writing a check over to the food bank or the Unity Shop, pick your thing, or buy a turkey for a neighbor that, that's going through some hard times. So, what can we do, Anthony, to help?
This is Anthony from the Food Bank of Santa Barbara County. There's many ways that people can help. Volunteering is a great way to help. Volunteer at the Unity Shop or at the food bank. It's always needed. And it makes a huge difference. If you don't have the time to volunteer, you have extra food at the house. As long as it's not expired food, please drop it off at the food bank. We have a bin outside, or you can come in during our normal business hours, which is from 7 to 3, and drop off some food. And if you don't have that, and if you have some monetary donations that you like to give, that's a huge help, because $1 we can make it into $5. We can stretch that out. So it's such an important thing. And not only that, just know that anything that you give the food bank always goes right back to our own community. And there's such a big need, and many different levels of our community, meaning, people that work at the government, people that are struggling on a daily basis. Everybody is in need right now. And this is the time to step it up and help. Hundreds,
at the end of the day, hundreds of thousands of jobs this last 30 days. People don't realize. People just lost their job. Okay. Right. So that in itself is say, hey, what we need to do is think about that and go through. And we have to do this together. We are a community, one of tens of thousands of communities, and we need to step up, shake the bell a little bit, make people aware, and understand that love is going to get us through this, and connectivity, and how eloquently Dr. D said, we need to expand. We need to expand what we are all light workers on this show. And the next light worker I want to introduce here is Angela Miller-Bevan. She's a busy gal, so she's up next. So fill up your coffee. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. Back in the house, Angela Miller-Bevan, CEO of our Unity Shop here in Santa Barbara. During the break, I was talking to her, and, I want to put this out there in such a way where people are aware, okay, because we're around the holidays. It's Veterans Day today. Of course, we've got to give love and hugs to our veterans, but this actually includes a lot of our veterans, because we have a lot of veterans in our community, okay, that need assistance, need help, need food. And I know that our nonprofits are really being impacted, but I know, Angela, you are doing everything you can to feed everybody. Tell us what's really going on here in Santa Barbara.
So right now in Santa Barbara, we are really trying to make sure that we don't turn anyone away. With all the federal cuts, with everything that's going on, the economy, everything, we're very proud to say that we are continuing to feed people. This year, we are looking at servicing 52,000 people. I mean, we're just like out of control, but the support of this community has been amazing.
Thank you. Nice.
They are sending food and they're sending money to help us. And it's just been an amazing thing to see. Like, we are just blessed. I mean, we have such a great community, but it's going to continue to go on, and we still need everyone's help.
Right.
So
we need to be aware that darker times are ahead still.
They are.
Because of what's really going on in the country. And the thing is what you have to do is just settle in and say, okay, we are a community, we are a giving community, and everybody needs to realize here on the Veterans Day, November 11th today, that we've got holidays coming up and everyone is just getting magnetized in their own little world. And I respect that. But it's like I was telling you during break, I have been feeding myself, the homeless, since before COVID. And as I was asked over at our local Lady of Guadalupe church if we can double the amount because they're running out of food. And the first thing I did is I thought about you, saying, oh my goodness, if that's what's happening here, she must be exploding down at the Unity shop. So, like, is there anything we're missing, like, of as far as helping? Like, you'd rather have the money, right? I mean, wouldn't that be the...
We do. I mean,
you have a big
the financial part of it is huge, like, because we can buy things in bulk.
Right.
And we're so blessed in this community to have people like Giordano's and, Harbor Meat and all these people that we can buy in bulk. And we literally are servicing so many families every day. So when people give us funds, we can turn that around so much bigger. But we're also very fortunate to have all of these farms that are in Santa Barbara County, Route 1, the Bucket Brigade. I mean, all these people that are giving us fresh produce. So there's all kinds of ways to donate. I mean, donate your time, donate your funds. I mean, just get out there. I think that...
Now, you facilitated a lot of that because that farm to table, because you were also... you picked up a lot of these little tricks, right? Because you've been around as far as being
I've been working with the farms for a while, which wasn't... Yeah, I have to say that we're blessed to have a lot of farms here in Santa Barbara, and my journey has brought me to Fairview Gardens, to Route 1, all of them. And it's been a lesson of love, and they are now giving back to our community. So
beautiful.
The people here in Santa Barbara are getting all these wonderful produce, everything. It's just great. It's great to see us coming together.
Yes, wonderful. All right. So, I mean, you're a busy gal, and I know like you're meeting after meeting after meeting, doing what you do. Tell us exactly how we as a community can service the Unity shop. And then if anybody wants to go check it out, you would love to give people tours. Can we make an appointment?
I do.
To see you, or how does that work?
I love for all of you to come out and see what Unity Shop does. You can contact me at angela@unityshop.org, and you can call me at 805-331-6161. But come out, see what we do, see what you can do to contribute back to your community. We would love to have you there.
Nice. And what I want to do is also, you had mentioned Giordano's, and I've got to really embrace them. They have done so much. They are so giving. They are so generous. and our community. And God bless that family and God bless that company.
Can I ask Angela?
Yeah, go ahead.
For a family that needs your help, how do they get to you? Are you still on Chapala Street? How do they, if no one's never been to Unity Shop, how do they get to you?
So we actually service everyone in the community. So if you are in need, all you need to do is contact us. But we are at Chapala and Sola Street. We have a free grocery store, and we actually have a drugstore now because of direct relief. So you can get cold medicine, aspirin, Aleve, all of those things, plus clothing, shoes, everything. And the only thing you need to do is contact us or go to one of our 400 referring agencies. And if you go online, you just check in, find out who you can get referred by, and you can come see us. So we are here for the community. We are not about turning people away.
It's a beautiful thing what you do, if especially like an at-risk family going in there with their children, because I've been in there many a times, and you go and you actually go to a register, you're actually giving a receipt. I mean, it's the same thing, because that was the last time I was there.
Well, when everyone goes through the store, you actually check out just like a regular grocery store.
And it's a beautiful store, let me tell you. It's not like going to the stores today where you don't see the people, okay? And everything is, self-check. You actually have people there waving to you and sincerely
helping you.
Helping.
And we actually have the toy store this season. So once Thanksgiving is over, we open up our toy store. So we actually service all the people in our community to give them the opportunity to get free toys.
Nice. Oh my God.
So beautiful.
You just must wake up every morning, okay, with such joy. Because to be able to do what you do in this community every day. God bless you, Angela. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what? I grew up in a very low income family, and I feel blessed to be a part of this community and a part of this organization. I am blessed because we get this opportunity to give back. So we just appreciate all that you do, Erica and Dominique. I mean, we're all working together to do the right thing.
And just real quick, because let's talk about Duke for 1 second, because we were at the Humane Society as well today with our Harley, who's a rescue, and you just rescued Duke. And I'm not saying for everybody to go out there and rescue something, but, while you're writing a check to the Unity Shop, maybe you want to just browse on into the Humane Society. Now, how is Duke today? Is the best thing that you ever did, or what?
Oh my gosh, Duke. His ears just went huge when you said his name, which I'm happy because that wasn't the name that he was given when we adopted him. But
that was not his name. Okay.
SB Humane, please adopt a dog. I did. And he is a huge part of our family now. And I am just feeling so blessed this holiday season to have Duke and just go out and give a dog a home. Seriously.
That was Harley that you heard in the back saying hi to do. So listen, Angela, everybody out there, $100 is a lot of money. If you don't have $110, we'll take any donation. The Unity Shop, that's a nice place to park.
Hey, you know what, Erica? We're $5 gives 3 meals. So that's all we're asking.
Beautiful. We'll do it. Everybody. Let's do it. It's Veterans Day, because this Unity Shop serves a lot of our local veterans as well. All right, Angela, God bless you. We've got a bunch of commercials, including the Unity Shop commercial. We'll be right back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
Welcome back to Teen Sports Radio, everyone. This is Sky Ellsworth, and I'm a student at Life Chiropractic College West. And as always, I'm very excited to talk to you about some life-changing thoughts and topics and different things to do with the way that we interact with people and our experiences and our reality, and how all of that relates to our nervous system and our physiology and So many fun and exciting things. Please, if you haven't, go back and listen to previous recordings of this show to start to get an idea of how your nervous system works and some practical hands-on activities you can do to balance your nervous system and align it with the life that you're living and the moments that you're having, sharing, and experiencing. Okay, so today's topic is all about the roles that people play, which we've talked a little bit about before, but how we experience other people based on those roles. Sounds a little complicated. What do I mean by that? So every time you have an interaction with someone, depending on what your conception of that person is determining the interactions that you have with them, how you view them. So, for example, let's say you have a friend or a family member and you meet them, or you're having an interaction with them, and you don't like something that they say, or you're hurt by something they say, or you don't like having a conversation with them. You decided that you don't like this person. You feel that the person is an energetic drain. You don't have the energy to interact with them. Well, all of that is because that last statement is true. You don't have enough energy to interact with them. So what does that mean? Does that mean that it's the other person's fault? Never. So every person that you interact with, the entire interaction is based on the amount of energy that you have available. So let's look at it like an app on a cell phone. So you have an application, and within that app is a grouping of functions that comprise what that app does. So let's say you have your Facebook app, and you open up Facebook, and on it you have your news feed. You can see all the things that your friends are doing. You have a section for reels with all the videos. It's an app. So an app is also let's just look at it as a platform for grouping information. So let's say that you're experiencing friend from the same place that you're experiencing loss or rejection. Or what if you're experiencing teammate from the same place as abandonment? Well, let's use that last one, for example. Let's say you're out on the court or the field or whatever. I don't know what sport is in season right now, but wherever you are, let's say you're there and you're having an experience. You're playing a game, whatever it is, and someone, a teammate, doesn't pass the ball to you, and they pass it on to someone else. And now you have a feeling of, oh, this person doesn't like me, a feeling of abandonment, rejection. Well, you're playing out that app from the same place as you're playing out friend, loss, rejection. It's all being grouped together. If you have more energy available, all of a sudden the experience changes because now you get to choose. The interactions start to become more energized, more fulfilling. There's more dimension. All of a sudden, even when there's a difficult interaction, it's an interaction that you're learning from and that's helping you grow, that's helping the other person grow. It's all working together coherently. If there's not enough energy available, all of a sudden the thoughts that you start to have are painful, right? This person doesn't like me. Why don't they like me? Why doesn't this person pass the ball to me? Why doesn't this person talk to me? Or why does this person interact with this other person more than they interact with me? Why is it that this person is being presented with all these opportunities and I'm not? So those are painful thoughts. And all that has to do with is the amount of energy you have available. It never, ever, ever has anything to do with the other person. The way that we experience them is always determined by the amount of energy we have available in a given moment. So then the next question becomes, well, how do I liberate energy? How do I have more energy so that my interactions with people are all extraordinary, are all taking things to the next level? Well, to free up more energy in your body, one of the best ways, and I'm a little biased, but would be chiropractic. But there's also somatorespiratory integration breathing exercises, which we've gone over before. So again, go back on SoundCloud, listen to previous recordings of this show. And you can go through the 12 stages of healing. All of these different things allow you to connect with your body and your nervous system in a way that can liberate the amount of energy that you have, the amount of free energy that's available in your field for connecting with other people. Really, really important to be able to do this. But I think the first step in understanding what I'm talking about here is recognizing that the interactions you have with people are only happening the way that they are because of the amount of energy you have available. And that means when you can understand that, all of a sudden you're not blaming anybody anymore. All of a sudden you're no longer the victim. All of a sudden you realize that you're the one that's responsible, that if you want your interactions with others or other people to change, that it's not them that has to change because you'll be waiting forever. It's you that has to make the change. And the change isn't necessarily in how you perceive them. How you perceive them will shift naturally and automatically when you have more energy available. So the idea is always, how can I have more energy available? Now, with everything that we talk about on this show, and especially in this segment, is all about how much energy do I have available and how can I have access to more energy? And again, that's through connecting with your body and your nervous system. There's energy outside of us in our field, and there's energy inside of us. What happens is when we have what's called subluxations, where you have nerve flow that's impinged upon, you have a spinal cord that's under tension, all of a sudden all of that energy is bound. When we can release that tension, we can release and liberate that energy, even through things like, I'm not a big fan of massage for reasons that I won't get into right now, but massage is another way that helps to liberate energy from the soft tissue. So all of these different ways are connecting in with your body, in with your nervous system, to release the amount of energy that's bound so that you can use that energy to have more meaningful connections with people. And this will enhance your relationships with others, your romantic relationships, your relationships with your family, your relationships with your friends, your teammates, your teachers. Everything starts to shift when you have more energy available. If the quality of the interaction that you're having is not what you'd like and it's bothering you, again, recognize first, look at yourself and look at what your energy state is. If you have a higher energy state and you're constantly being fueled by your passion, by your drive, by your purpose, by objectives, then all of a sudden everything shifts because you're being driven by a purpose that has a higher amount of energy available. If you're just trying to make it through the day, you'll never have enough energy available. But if you're going through each day with a solid purpose in mind and you know exactly what it is you're doing and exactly the gifts that you can bring to humanity and mankind, all of a sudden everything changes. All right. Thank you so much for listening and looking forward to talking with you all next week.
We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
Welcome forward to Teen Sports Radio. This is Kristine Marie, and it's been a while since I've done this, so I want to do a card. I want to pick a card. Anthony, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Now.
Okay, do you want me to pick from the top, the bottom, or the middle?
The top.
Top. Okay, beautiful. What we've got, this is a beautiful card. It's the Temperance card, and it's a card of healing and finding balance. There's the Archangel Gabriel, I think, is usually the angel that's related to the Temperance card, and that angel is standing with one foot in the water and one foot on the land, working seeing in two worlds at once, and continually pouring light into dark and dark into light, finding balance and finding healing. And I think that really speaks to the conversation we've been having, is that it's about really a time for healing and for balance and for bringing balance to the world where there is no balance. What say you?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, right now there's so much hate and there's so much stuff that we're putting energy into that doesn't deserve that energy. Mm-hmm. And there is so many community members from everywhere in this world that are struggling to survive. Some families are currently being separated. The breadwinners are being taken away from their homes. The ones that are left here are trying their best to survive. You know, our government has shut down, and there's other people that are also in need. And so right now is what better time to come together than now? And, you know, being thankful for what we have and being able to give to those that don't have. You know, so if anybody has a fruit tree at home that don't have time to cut it up, call us, call the food bank. We'll go over there and we'll trim it. We'll get all the fruit off that tree, and we will put it right back into our community. Like I said, if you have some money to donate, please donate that. You know, the food bank has already purchased over $300,000 worth of food, and it's still not enough. And so anything that anybody can donate, it's such a big, huge help. Because you know what? This is Santa Barbara County. This is, you know, a place where we do all need to come together, just like we did during the debris flow, just like we did during the Thomas fire. And, you know, it's the same thing. And just remember, a human being is a human being, and everybody deserves that respect. Everybody deserves that love, and everybody has a right to live and be happy. So why don't we just focus on the good instead of remembering the bad? And let's just make that change, because right now, you know, we got to come together, and there's no other way around it. And let's support each other, lift each other up, and just do good.
I love that, Anthony, because it's like the heart can balance our connection, when we open our hearts, that balances all that polarization that's out in the world right now, because we're seeing each other as humans and connected.
Sweet. Know what's up next, guys? Hooga!
Yay! Human connection.
We have more human connection with Don Sanders right after these messages. I love you guys. We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
For Teen Sports Radio, I'm Don Sanders, Don's Massage, Ojai.com, 805-236-2684. I'm here to bring you a hygge, a comfy, cozy feeling. It's from a Scandinavian term for a comfy, cozy feeling akin to receiving a hug without actually receiving that physical hug. And what I have to say is very simpatico with what everyone else has said today, in that we need to raise our life force in order to make the best possible decisions while we are encountering adversity. And myself and 12 million others who practice with the Soka Gakkai International, and we chant a phrase, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to raise our vibration and our life force and to align our micro with the macro of the cosmos. And I was taught this by my mentor who for over 60 years taught this throughout the world. And somewhere, everywhere, all over the world, at any given time, somebody's chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And that's for this very reason, is because it's inevitable that if we are gathering strength and we are organizing ourselves, that we're going to meet with resistance. We're going to meet with challenges and obstacles. And we've talked about lots of practical ways with Sky and with Dominique, and, you know, whether it's your food or your course in life, your sport, those kind of things. So my mentor said, surmounting all obstacles. This has been the spirit of great sages in all times and places. The wise members of the SGI also take on life's challenges bravely and full of spirit. Encountering adversity is a badge of honor. The key to victory is having the courageous faith of a lion king, confronting every obstacle head on. So I just want to give a big thumbs up to what everybody has said, and that's my 2 cents to add to the stew.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. The whole thing about raising vibration, it's what you're doing is you're bringing your heart into everything that you do. And that's what we want to say to our teens. Don't let adversity make you afraid. Rather, go, oh, there's a need. How can I be useful and help the most amount of people possible?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if a couple of people are trying to lift a heavy table, is that table super heavy, or are they just kind of being weak? You know? Two really determined people might lift that heavy table regardless of how heavy.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's even easier when you have lots of people, huh, Kristine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that idea that sometimes, like the definition of suffering is thinking things are supposed to be different. And when we realize that hard times come and we just need to deal with them, and this is what we're working with now, and bring our heart and our love and our community to it, it changes everything.
Yeah, I try to. Oh, sorry, one last thing. An airplane can't take off and fly without overcoming the resistance of the wind against its wings.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, everybody. That's a wrap for another heartfelt hour on Teen Sports Radio. Remember, you don't need a trophy to be a champion. Just show up. Do your best and keep shining the light. All right. Santa Barbara, we love you. We love KZSB AM 1290 and 96.9 FM. We thank Eternity Ready Radio for supporting us in the Midwest and all of the social media platforms that we're on. We're killing it. We appreciate you. And I guess we're going to see you next week right here on Teen Sports Radio. God bless. Thank you, Richard Dugan, our producer. As always, hugs and kisses to you. See ya.